beautiful students, welcome all to our today's session once again. Hope so you are getting well as the previous time and your exam is going on. I know that since we were going through a new chapter on chapter 9, there is today I take a video uploaded class instead of having the live class. So one important topics we will try to discuss today, and that is passive absorption. Okay, passive absorption. So dear students, we need to know the passive absorption very first time, because the definition is very important to know about that one. When ion absorption take place, when ion absorption take place without the application of metabolic energy, without the application of metabolic energy is called passive absorption. Okay, so if it is asking for the definition of passive absorption, what is the passive absorption, that times you can give the answer in this way, that when the ion absorption take place without the application of metabolic energy, that means where that kinds of absorption where there is no need of metabolic energy is called passive absorption. We will try to understand some important points from there. Okay, now another point we will go through understand, because some method, and okay, very first time I want to say another points, that is Briggs and Robertson in 1957. Briggs and Robertson in 1957 gave the concept of passive absorption. So if we try to understand about that parts, that who gave the passive absorption concept, who gave the concept of without having metabolic energy is called passive absorption, who told this method, who gave this definition, any kinds, the Briggs and Robertson in 1957. I hope so you will get this point. Some method is going on there. Method of passive absorption. So if we want to go through understanding the method of passive absorption, first one is salt uptake by diffusion. Salt uptake by diffusion. Okay, of course we will try to understand the salt uptake by diffusion in which way. Their way is in short way, if I write, the ionic concentration is the ionic concentration here, ionic concentration of cytoplasm become lower. Okay, become lower. Okay, of root cell. I will make you understand. Please write first. Then with comparative with, then the external concentration of external salt solution. Concentration of external salt solution. So how can we minimize this one? This one is the question. Okay, how can we minimize this one? External salt solution. Now look at here. Suppose it is a root, cell of the root, the concentration, ionic concentration of the cytoplasm become lower. They are lower if we compare with the soil, the salt solution outside of it. Okay, so salt uptake by diffusion process. So the salt uptake from the diffusion. Like why and how it is going on there? Because of concentration of outer part of the root is actually more, and getting inside it is very lower. So from the high concentrated area to low concentrated area, when the uptake is taken, uptake is done, that times we can say it is a diffusion process. So in this way, salt uptake by diffusion. I want to make you understand once again. Suppose this is a root, this is the outer side, outer salt solution, external salt solution. The concentration of ionic compound or ionic form or ion concentration is lower in the cytoplasm of the root cell than the salt, external salt solution. So high concentrated area to low concentrated area, when any liquids can enter up there, that times we can say this is a process of diffusion. So in this way, the passive absorption can be done by salt uptake by diffusion process. Hope so you understand this one. Now later on, next one is ion exchange system. Okay, I will go through ion exchange system now. Ion exchange system. Number 2, ion exchange system. Ion exchange system, how can it is going on there? We will write that one in short form, then I will make you understand. Okay. Root surface. Around the root surface, it is assumed that the water consists of ion are basically negatively charged. It is assumed that around the root surface the water have there, and water containing the ion are negatively charged. Assume that it is almost going on through. Okay. The attraction between opposite charge made types of. Okay. So positive charge, they have attraction. They have attraction with the positive charge, because these positive charge, because opposite charge or ion, they are attract on, and this is the cation. They like to exchange with the cation and absorb the cation with the cell wall. That means this attraction done by cell membrane or wall, you can write. I will make you understand once again. You can write first. Okay. This cation can be exchanged for exchanged in the soil. Okay. Now, how can we remember this one? In which way? Suppose, but look at here. The second point is the ion exchange system. So, if it is the ion exchange system, what is? It is assumed that the root surface, around the root surface, the water molecules is contained there, and water also have that ion are negatively charged. So they always love to attract with the cation for getting exchange, and you can see this attraction actually with the cell membrane. That means root surface, their cell membrane can attract with the cation. There can also have that positive charge, can absorbable potassium ion, hydrogen ion. They can exchange in them with the root surface, and on that way, by exchanging ion, they can absorb the optimum level of ion and minerals or mineral ion. On that times, it is absorption is done on specific case. Okay. So ion exchange system is also included in this way, we can say about that. Yes. So how can it is done? I can repeat once again. Here hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion is done there. So potassium ion can exchange with this one. If there is the chloride ion, also have there chloride ion, and suppose sulfate ion, they can also exchange with the hydroxyl ion in this way. That means exchange, ion can be exchanged because water molecules have that ion in the root surface are comparatively assumed. It is just for assume that the negative charge they can bear, and this negative charge always attract with the positive charge with having the cell membrane attraction. And here water molecule, hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion, here potassium ion, sodium ion, magnesium ion, anything, the cation exchange, anion can be exchanged, and that will be the absorbable by the root surface, and this way the absorption can be done also. Okay, now we will see the number 3, the Donan equilibrium. Third point of passive absorption. I think you understand these points. The third one is number 3, Donan equilibrium. Donan equilibrium. Donan equilibrium. So Donan, what is the Donan equilibrium? We need to understand about this one. Ion cannot diffused. Sometimes some ion you can say cannot diffuse. Okay. Ion sometimes cannot be diffused. Why? Why some ions cannot be diffused? Because of larger size of the protein, large size of the protein molecules. Okay, large size of the, because of larger size of the proton molecules, we can say. Okay, now some ion are fixed. Larger size of the proton molecules, some ion are fixed for a specific region. Okay, that means some fixed ion also we have seen. Then we can see okay. How can we minimize this one? We can minimize some proton, suppose hydrogen ion and some proton and some electron. We can write about that parts. How can it can be balanced on that specific size? I hope so that you can easily get. Wait a bit for a while, I will make you mind. So dear students, look at here. When you try to understand this one, I just make you mind, not actually for getting any panic about that. Some ion cannot be diffused. Okay, very first time, diffused because of the larger size of its, and some ion are also fixed for a specific region. Okay, so in the root surface, okay, in the root surface, suppose in the root surface there is a negative, okay, negative ion. For make it neutral, some proton always be, no need to write the electron, some proton always, roots of surface are negative ion, consist of negative ion. So some proton like hydrogen ion can be exchanged. How much time? When they will be the neutralized, up to neutralization. Up to neutralization, proton flow will be continued. That means the root surface up to the what I make you mind, that is some root surface becoming negative ion, consist of negative ion. So the neutralization needed. What is doing on that specific case? Proton or positive ion to be supplied for there. So why it is needed? Because of on the specific case it is needed for neutralization. So if it is the neutralization is needed, on that time it is very important for the equilibrium state. So on that equilibrium state it is the Donan equilibrium, and this equilibrium is known as the Donan equilibrium. Donan equilibrium. donor equilibrium. I want to say one another because it is asking for 2 marks, always very important for donor equilibrium. What I make you understand, just repeat and listen to me properly. I told you the root surface carry out the suppose negative ion. Okay, so it is needed to have the root surface, not all time they carry out the negative ion. It is needed to have neutralize with the positive ion. So the positive ion, that means like proton or any positive ion always supplied to that surface for making a equilibrium state. And this equilibrium is called Donan equilibrium, and Donan equilibrium given by scientist Donan, okay, and by his name the state is known as the Donan equilibrium state. So listen to me, okay, I think you understand. Some ion not be diffused because of larger size, some are fixed ion, but main state is for make it neutralize. Up to all time the positive charge will be supplied up to the equilibrium state. This is the Donan equilibrium. And number 4 is number 4 is last state is the mass flow hypothesis. Mass flow hypothesis. So mass flow hypothesis is actually Helmo given this concept. And what is the concept actually? That is mass absorption of the water. Actually mass absorption of water takes place during transpiration. Mass absorption of water takes place during transpiration. Okay, then ion of the mineral salt enters into root. Okay, then yes, due to pool created by transpiration, I will make you understand. Yes, now actually this concept is actually now not actually accepted to all. So what is the mass flow hypothesis? Helmo and Karaman is that scientists, they give the mass flow hypothesis, and mass absorption of water takes place during transpiration. Actually mass of absorption of water and ion takes place during transpiration, because during transpiration lots of water molecules can come out from the aerial part of the plant through that surface. So what we see, the ion of mineral salt enter into the roots. Absorption done, transpiration gone. Because of the pool of the transpiration, they need to get some ion and mineral salt in their body, plant body. So they uptake on that time the mineral salt, ion of mineral salt through the root. So this is another types of passive absorption mass flow hypothesis. On the basis of this 4 method, the passive absorption is done properly. I think this topics is for important for knowing that what kinds of way the passive absorption done. I think you understand this one. Hope so you are better understanding in the next class with the new topics. That's all about today. Everyone, stay safe, stay sound. Allah Hafiz.